super awesome. Hey everyone, we're gonna totally edit this part of the video as I try to figure out how to get the technology to work here. All right, good times, good times. So, Robbie, I'm on Clubhouse now.
Are you?
Yes.
I am on, but I'm not seeing you.
That's weird because I'm on and not seeing you. So, all right. Well, this is a great advertisement for Clubhouse. What's up, everyone? So, real quick, we're going to talk about Clubhouse, as a matter of fact, but I am going to work out one of the tech issues, which is to get Clubhouse to work. Hey there, Kit. So, Robbie, yeah, you're not on Clubhouse.
That's weird. I am on and you're not, according to mine. Here, I'll leave and rejoin.
Leave and come back. Yeah, let's try that. When in doubt, it's like rebooting a computer. So I know this is super compelling theater for everyone. Hello, Davia. All right. So what the heck is Clubhouse? And what does it mean for affiliate marketing? And really, all online business. Today, I'm going to share why I love this platform and how Clubhouse works, how to get started, how to use it to build authority, how to build your business and sell affiliate offers and find affiliates and all that good stuff. So stay tuned for those of you who aren't on Clubhouse yet. And just as an FYI, you'll hear those of you on Clubhouse, you're going to hear from Robbie throughout with a little reminder. We are streaming across multiple platforms right now. And so for those of you who not
stay
on
tuned
Clubhouse,
for those of you.
As Robbie figures out the audio there. That was fun. Oh, this is the way it's going to be for like the next couple of weeks as we figure this out.
Live video.
5 lucky viewers can win an invite. So, first of all, let me know where you guys are. Hey, Arthur. Hey, Steve. And look down at my phone. Hey, Kid. Hey, Patty. Hey, Davia. So, for those of you joining on Clubhouse, we're going to invite you up later. We're actually doing this live on Facebook, YouTube, and Clubhouse. And then at the end, Robbie and I, time pending, because I've actually got to be on another Clubhouse at 3:00. So time pending, which you guys should totally come to that with me and Jeffrey Shaw and some other folks. We're going to stay on for a few minutes and do some Q&A at the end. So let me know where you're at for those of you who are on YouTube and Facebook. Steve is in Houston, Texas. What's up, dude? So first, let's talk about what it is. And I will warn you, for those of you who are already on Clubhouse and listening, the next few minutes are going to be like, really? Like, I'm on the platform. Why are you explaining this to me? This will probably be the most atypical thing we do where we stream across multiple platforms because we're actually talking about Clubhouse on Clubhouse. And so it's really meta.
Whoa.
But for those of you who are not on, and hopefully the internet, like there's not like a vortex that just suddenly appears. It's think of it as like live radio, or interactive radio. Like you get to chat in real time, you get to share stories, collaborate, bounce ideas off each other using voice. There's a quote I found here from Social Media Examiner. I forget who wrote it, but on Social Media Examiner said, it takes the media feel right out of social media and leaves us what we've always loved and missed about social media, the social aspects, right? I love it. There's a reason why I mentioned I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to be on another one at 3. I'm co-hosting a weekly room with Kim Walsh-Phillips and some other folks at 5 p.m. Eastern on Wednesdays, by the way. So 5 p.m. Eastern on Wednesday, all about growing your business, your list, big launches, affiliates, all that stuff. You should definitely come join us. So here's why I love it in the context of marketing, right? Here's why I like it in terms of affiliate marketing, and really all of this ties together. It offers the ability to connect and engage with people who are outside of your industry, who are outside of your niche, but also people who are inside. The typical, like if you know the Facebook algorithms and I probably shouldn't have said that.
That's why they didn't let our video start. Dang it. They knew what you were going to say.
You, Zuckerberg, you and your awkward, weird sip in front of Congress. No, I mean, I'm getting banned now. This video just ended. We are no longer alive.
We are now switching to Clubhouse.
Yeah, that's true. They have algorithms, and I don't blame them for having algorithms. It's their business, right? But they become echo chambers. These other platforms, they just become echo chambers. Whereas Clubhouse, it's like even though this was scheduled, the interaction is spontaneous. It's like real-time chats on like all kinds of topics. And so I find that the the focus is on high value conversations rather than produced content.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when you watch a video of mine on YouTube, other than the replays of these are live, they're typically scripted out. I am 8 out of 10 times literally using a teleprompter. I've thought about every single word, but on Clubhouse, sometimes I'll get asked a question. I had one the other day, and I'll share this later. I got asked a question, and I literally was like, wait, what? I'm sorry, my dog's pooping. What did you say? And so my answer was like totally spontaneous. The cool thing is, and we'll talk about this later, when I said my spontaneous thing, my instant response was, "Ooh, that was good." And other people were like, "That was really good." Like they were like, "Wow, that was awesome." And one of them messaged me later and like, "Dude, that was so awesome." And I'm like, "Okay, I need to add that to my repertoire." So I call it getting in my reps. Like Clubhouse just allows me to get in my reps. I get to try stuff out, spontaneously come up with stories and ideas, and sometimes make a fool of myself, but whatever, right? Also, there's no need for anything fancy. You know, it's just like literally I'm just talking on my phone. You know, you don't have to have lighting or you don't have to look good. You know, to do makeup, you know, if that's a thing, right? You can do it from anywhere. Like I said, I did it with my dog literally taking a crap one day. I've done one on a walk. I've done one while doing other work. I've actually jumped on one and I was doing, so, you know, I have 2 types of work primarily. Deep work, which is about 75% of my work. That's writing copy, writing scripts for stuff, engaging, like, you know, creating content, things like that, planning, strategizing. That's about 75%, you know, of my week. Well, I say 3 types of work. There's that. There's about the 10%, which is delivering that content. And then there's the 20%, which is quite frankly mindless work. Checking emails, writing tweets, you know, for our social media team, you know, kind of like planning, like laying out a landing page or something like that. That's all pretty mindless work for me. I can do something like listen in to Clubhouse while doing that. So I love that aspect of it. So love it, love it, love it. I think it's bringing also one of the things that social media, like the factor that other platforms ignore, if you talk about pretty much every other platform other than maybe Facebook with, you know, listening to videos, is audio. You know, I think people are kind of craving the listened to word. I don't remember when the radio was invented, but I'm a big fan of Downton Abbey, and I remember watching them in like the 10s, getting the first what was it? What was that thing called? Do you remember, Robbie? They called it like a talkie, you know, and like you could hear words over it. Well, we're 100 years later, and people are kind of craving that again. And I think that audio only format is definitely something that's unique. So think of it as interactive radio, interactive podcasts, like I said. So here is how, and Robbie, I don't know if you saw, but in the yellow on our flow, that's where you'll jump in, FYI.
Yep, I got you.
Oh, okay, cool.
I can read.
I didn't know if I sent it to you. I was like, wait, did I send that to him or not? Anyway, cool, just making sure. Totally just called you out, but that was because I was actually really calling me out. Like, did I actually send you the document for today?
As Matt rambles about talking to me, oh, can he hear? Oh, he can hear me now. He didn't turn his volume down all the way. If you're just joining us on Clubhouse, you're listening to Matt and I as we go all meta here, talking about
all right.
Clubhouse.
Again, for all those of you on Clubhouse,
today we're discussing how and why you should be using your Clubhouse for affiliate marketing.
Right? It's totally in beta. It's available
Head
only
to mattmcwilliams.com/tag live if you'd like to join us via video.
That exclusivity.
And ask your questions. If you want to stick around to the end, we'll answer your questions live on Clubhouse.
There's only 2 ways you can get on the platform. They both require close relationships with people who are already on the app. Number 1 is by personal invitation. So somebody joins Clubhouse, maybe you've got invited, maybe you're trying to get invited. Again, we'll share a way where you can actually win an invite from me today. Basically, you know, you're going to get invited by somebody. And we get a certain number of invites. I don't understand the algorithm on that personally, like how you get an invite. I'm like how you earn the ability to invite people. I have no idea how I've earned so many. Like literally, probably based on number of followers or an amount of times you go live or something like that.
Yeah.
And secondly, there's an exclusive side door. So if you actually go to Clubhouse's website, which I'm pretty sure is like joinclubhouse.com, I think. I just pulled it up, joinclubhouse.com. You can download the app, you can reserve your username. So even if you haven't got an invite, at the very least, go reserve your username. I waited way too long to get on Twitter, and that's why I'm at Matt McWilliams too. And I have to say things like, don't forget the tutor, you'll get an egg. If you're not on Twitter, you don't get that joke. But if you've got friends who are on Clubhouse, when you go in, they'll get you the option, or they'll get the option to wave you in, even though you don't have, even if they don't have an official invite. And they don't have to use one of their invites. So there's definitely ways to get in. But the big thing is just download it. At the very least, reserve your username. Secondly, you want to set up your profile. And this, I would say this applies to anybody who's already on Clubhouse. Like you want to set up your profile. You definitely want to use a photo that is that's up close on your face, right? I'm trying to look at mine. Mine probably needs to be a little bit closer.
I think we need to zoom you in a little bit.
Yeah, mine shows too much chest.
I mean, you're strong, but people want to see that beautiful face.
Yeah, that was awesome. So shows your face, well lit, like typical headshot stuff, right? There's different sizes. So I recommend uploading a high res version. It'll shrink it down. That way, when they click on, like if I click on my profile and make it a little bit bigger, I think the actual image, was like 4,000 by 4,000 or something. So it'll look good, right? Clear background with contrasting colors. So the background on Clubhouse, let me pull it up. It's like this kind of off-white. What would you call it, Robbie? Like,
you're asking me. I'm colorblind.
Really?
So yeah, it's light. It's white and tan.
I did not know that you were colorblind. I learned something new today, and I thought dogs laid eggs. It's a quote from Family Guy. Anyway, so it's like this bone off-white color. So I picked, kind of this bright, kind of reddish fade, pinkish, reddish, salmon-colored fade. Just pops a little bit, right? So that's the picture. Again, it's not super in-depth there, but that's the picture. I'm going to write out a complete bio. Emojis are super popular, so use them a lot. Make it clear. Here's the big thing. Say what you do in your bio. Say what you do and who and how you help right away. In fact, I'm not entirely sure I'm following that rule.
That's one of the things we talked about last week with a lot of people was that the bio was one of the biggest areas that people were lacking. Yeah.
So I do. Mine starts off with, if you want to grow your influence, have a bigger impact, and make more money in the process, I'm your go-to guy. A little bit vague. Got to be honest. I need to tighten that up a little bit. In my next paragraph, I establish my authority by talking about our clients. But I should really, if I had to improve my own bio, take my own advice here, I would come a little bit out, be clearer about who I serve, how I help them. And talk a little bit more about, that side of things than I do about some of the other stuff. Like make it much more clear. Then you want to add links to your Instagram and your Twitter profiles. That's how people are going to engage with you off the platform. There's literally no way other than stepping up on stage, which is what it's called when you're in a room. There's no other way to engage with people. Like you can't message somebody on Clubhouse afterwards and be like, oh man, that was awesome. We should connect. Let's become partners. And we'll talk about like how to find affiliates and stuff like that. You can't do that. I got a message, actually, speaking of private message, I got a message on Facebook from Chris or Susan Beasley. I'm not sure which one it was, saying I'm cutting out a lot on Clubhouse. Sorry about that. That's weird. I guess my internet's a little funky, maybe. I don't know. We'll have to try to figure that one out. I'm just glad I didn't accidentally put myself into airplane mode when I was, I have a habit, Robbie, of when I don't want to be disturbed, I not only put it in do not disturb, but I put it in airplane mode. Just a reminder that disconnects you from the internet. So I learned that the hard way when I was on a Zoom call. I'm like, I'm going to put this in airplane mode so nobody bugs me. And then I'm like, "Wait, are you there? Are you there?" So, yeah, anyway, so add your links to your Instagram and your Twitter profiles. That's where people are going to engage with you afterwards. Thirdly, follow some people, find some people to engage with, actually, don't be super choosy your first 100 or so people. We talked about this in this
Remember
podcast.
to stick around towards the end. Matt's going to answer
on,
all your questions
did a podcast episode
about using Clubhouse for affiliate marketing.
And,
so
Matt Wolf, Molly Mahoney,
I see Drew just dropped a question from YouTube, and we'll answer that question here in just a few minutes.
How do you follow people without being overwhelmed? And one of the things that we said was, like, early on, just follow a couple hundred people. People, I don't know, follow people that you want to follow, and don't be super choosy. And then if you notice over time, like, those people, they always have rooms that are stupid, then you just unfollow them, right? But follow some people, join some rooms, actually get into the rooms. Don't just be like, oh, that looks fun. No, pop in. If you've got 5 or 10 minutes, I will tell you, from a learning standpoint, I jumped into one day for like 10 minutes. I was taking the dog out. This was not one where I was in actually a host of the room. I just popped into a room for 10 minutes and got an idea that totally helped us to develop a framework for our coaching program, an actual really cool framework that has a name and everything. Like, and I got that from Clubhouse in 10 minutes. So join rooms, speak up, step up to the stage, guys. Again, those of you on Clubhouse, because we're simulcasting this across multiple locations, we're going to invite you up on stage at the end. So at the end, we'll invite you up. Right now, it'd be kind of weird since we're recording. We're doing this live on Facebook and YouTube.
Actually, I'll answer a question real quick about that.
Actually, Robbie just answered that, actually.
Yeah, we're using Be Live to simulcast to both Facebook and YouTube. And then if you're watching the live stream, you can see Matt kind of moving his phone back and forth as I chime in on Clubhouse. So it's a different device, one for the live streams and then the other for Clubhouse.
So I'm going to explain that actually to everybody. So for those of you who want a visual, by the way, if you go to facebook.com/Matt McWilliams, or just go to mattmcwilliams.com, click on the Facebook or the YouTube icons, and you can join the live feed there if you want. So just for a visual though, so as I'm showing you guys on Facebook and YouTube, I'll describe it on Clubhouse. I've got the mic, which is going to YouTube and Facebook to my left, equidistant from my mouth, but at a different angle. So if you can imagine like a baseball diamond, the microphone is at third base, my phone is at first base, okay? And I'm talking to second base.
Mm-hmm.
That way, if I go over here to Clubhouse is louder, and the Facebook and YouTube audiences can barely hear it. And then if I go over here, and then it'll be too loud over there. And so I'm talking down the middle. What I'm doing is every now and again, Robbie jumps in on Clubhouse and just says, hey guys, if I don't even know what he's saying because I can't hear him, but hey, if you're joining, on Clubhouse, it just reminded me, Robbie, when you do that, Kate's comment, you have to mute your mic.
That's funny. I thought it was, I manually muted it. So I'll have to check an extra setting.
Do you have the ATR 2100? No, you have the Blue Yeti, don't you?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it should mute. So I don't know. But anyway, when Robbie comes in to tell you guys on Clubhouse what's going on, I'll just move my phone. So that's why I use it. Those of you seeing me, I'm going to reach over here. I've got a little bit of a wall built right here. It's not like super efficient, but it's, it blocks a little bit of the sound probably. And that will block. In fact, it just fell down. So now those of you on Clubhouse, you can still hear me, but Robbie is going to go like this with his voice right up to the phone. And you guys are going to hear him talking over me with just me in the background. So that's that. So again, speak up, get up on stage. The sixth thing you can do is create a club. All right. These are communities within the platform where it's a little bit more private, intimate, reserved for community members, or you can make them public actually to help introduce the club to other members. So create a club. Steve Olsher did this with I think it's called Club Pod. I'll actually be one of the moderators in there. And he's got 15, 20,000 members already. I mean, it's super, super powerful, like what you can do with clubs inside of Clubhouse. And so all you got to do is host at least one recurring conversation. I don't know what the frequency is. I don't know, maybe once every week or so. I'm not sure. You have to check though. Robbie, can you drop that link, the clubhouseguide.com link?
Certainly.
There you go. You can learn how to start clubs and all that. So there's 4 types of memberships within Clubhouse. There's the founder, which is the club owner. Basically, that's self-explanatory. The admin. So that's what I am with this other group. It's not my club. I'm just an admin. There's members. So anybody who's a member, and then there's a follower. So there's not an official member of the club. You don't get the sticker or anything, but you'll get notified when any members of the club or admins schedule a public room. And so I think they limit you to a certain number of clubs. I know originally it was once, or no, yeah, originally it was just one. I'm not sure if there's still a limit, and there's a little bit of a wait list, but definitely starting clubs is a great way to interact on Clubhouse. So what does Clubhouse mean for affiliate marketing? Well, I'm going to share some of my thoughts. Again, effectively from a marketing standpoint, Clubhouse has been around for really only a few months. It kind of hit its oh my gosh, everybody's talking about it about 2 weeks into the new year, maybe. And maybe a week into the new year. If you look up Clubhouse marketing, almost every one of the posts is from December 15th through January 15th. That kind of shows you how new this is. We're talking 6-7 weeks old, even though it's been around from before then. So a lot of my thinking is going to evolve, but I wanted to share some thoughts on it. So number one, it's another avenue to grow your audience. I'm not a big fan. Anybody who knows me knows I am not one who's oh, new social media network, let's just jump on. I'm not an early adopter on typically. Because to me, while I see the value of something like Instagram or Facebook, they're very similar. In fact, most people post their pictures on both. I don't need to follow you on both. I'll just catch you on one of them. Secondly, it's Twitter's kind of the breaking news, short, pithy, comment thing, right? That's awesome. But Facebook is the more in-depth stuff, but they're fairly similar in what they do, right? Clubhouse is completely different. I mean, there's no replay. You have to be on live. People can just I can just invite people on and they can start talking. I can text a friend and they come join. There's no limit. I know if we're live streaming on Facebook, I think we have a limit of 4 or 6 people who can, be a guest on our Facebook or YouTube lives through Be Live. Clubhouse, while I never would have one where there's 20, there's no limit. Now, the key is with any platform, point them back to your email list, or even better, have them join your text community. If you text me, by the way, at 260-217-4619, that's converted crazy well. I'll just get on, I'll be on a Clubhouse, I'll be in somebody's room and somebody will, have a question. And I'll tell you how I'll answer the question. They're going to ask, okay, how do I start an affiliate program? Well, that's a 45-minute answer. I do an entire training that lasts 5 hours on how to do that, right? People pay us thousands of dollars. The reality is I can't answer that question in the allotted acceptable limit of talking on Clubhouse when you're in somebody else's room of 3 to 4 minutes. When you're in somebody else's room and you talk for more than 4 minutes, definitely, but even 3 minutes or 2.5 minutes, you're oh my gosh, you're that guy. You're the guy that walks into somebody's house like you're a guest and you take off your shoes and put your bare feet up on their ottoman. And, you're that guy. Don't be that guy. And so what I'll say is, hey, listen, that's a very long conversation. I've got some resources I want to share with you. So text me at 260-217-4619. And I'm going to send you some resources. Just text me privately there and I'll hook you up with some resources. Now they're in my text community. Okay. But And then I'll say, so really just know that it's a lot simpler than you think it is. And I'll give you the first step, boom, boom, boom. And I'll talk for like a minute and a half, give them the first step. Like I'm not one of those people, if you've ever listened to a podcast where with the author of a new book and all they say the whole interview is, as I say in the book, or, well, I go in, I tell all about that in the book. And then they give no answer. And I'm like, you suck. The host asked you a question, at least give me something. So give them a little nugget, but have them connect with you. So really, though, do text me at 260-217-4619. I'm the one on there. Like, I'm the one, we get to interact. Like, it's a very intimate form of communication. All right. So number one, just to recap, it's another avenue to grow your audience. Number two, it's another way to connect with your audience. You already have an audience. Some of you on here, you're in my audience. And we are now doing this Clubhouse together, right? We're building trust and intimacy, the healthy kind of intimacy that you can build in a platonic way, just to be clear. And so it makes the relationship deeper. Thirdly, it's a great way to connect with other people and form partnerships. I have connected with some amazing people, similar sized audiences, but we both have amazing ideas and messages. I did one. See, it wasn't yesterday. It was 2 weeks ago. Yeah, 2 weeks ago. I did one, and Justin Guarini from American Idol, the original runner-up on American Idol, was on there. Like, there's no other way for me to connect with him. I don't have any connections to him. And yet we did this Clubhouse together, and he emailed me in the middle of it. He's like, oh my gosh, what you just said was amazing. I'd love to connect with you. Like, how else am I going to connect with that guy? And so it's an opportunity to connect with people, to form partnerships, which is pretty awesome. Fourthly, it's a great place to find people who might have products or services that would serve your audience. So it's a great place to find affiliate offers. These are folks you might not know. If you Google like affiliate programs in the whatever niche, you might not find these people. But I was on one the other day, and this guy was talking. He was like, yeah, he's describing this, what do you call it? The tool for, I don't know how to describe it. He's a lot better, clearly, because I was impressed. But effectively, it's a tool for entrepreneur. It's like what do you call those? It's like not really a template, but like I'll put it this: it's a plug and play template thing that you can create copy, like email copy and blog post. Mm-hmm. One of the, what would you call that, Robbie? I don't even know.
It's some sort of generator. It's
yeah. We'll call it like a copy generator. And he had that tool, and I'm like, oh my gosh, my audience would love that. I shot him an email. Just as a side note, the guy hasn't responded. That's bad form. I don't know how much I'm going to spend following up with that, but that's, so probably not the best example there. But like, he would have found me as somebody who can A, be an affiliate, and B, introduce him to a crap ton of affiliates. But I'm finding something that would serve my audience if he ever responds. So, dude, if you're listening, just saying, look for my email. Matt@mattmcwilliams.com is where it came from. So as I just mentioned, fifth, it's a great place to find affiliates. So you're developing these relationships. You're connecting with people. You connect off Clubhouse, and you say, hey, I think let's do some partnership, or let's see if maybe you could, is there a way, like, can we do a webinar together? I'd love to get in front of your audience. I think it would be amazing. Six, it's a great way to share tools and resources. And so sometimes when I'm doing one of these and I'm talking, I'll think of a tool that I want to share, either of my own. That could be the case. Like I'll say, kind of like I said earlier, like, hey, text me at 260-217-4619, and I'm going to send you a free report. Okay, I've got a report that I put together on where to find affiliates. And so if you just text me at that number, I'll send that to you. And I'll say that on the on the Clubhouse. But I'll also easy and memorable, right? I say that because I don't want to remember where did I, wait, was that book? Oh, I love the book Influence, and I actually happen to know that link. It's mattmcwilliams.com/influence. But what if I mention a few books, like my favorite books? Well, just go to mattmcwilliams.com/toolbox, click on books. Hey, how are you? Your audio sounds so good. Blah, how do you do that? Well, I bought these windscreens, which you can find at mattmcwilliams.com/toolbox. Oh, you have good lighting. Well, that would be weird on Clubhouse if they said I had good lighting.
That would be weird. You're like,
but let's say that we're talking about, I don't know, whatever. Like, okay, so we're talking about building an email list. And I'm like, yeah, we recommend ConvertKit. If you just go to mattmcwilliams.com/toolbox, you'll see all my recommended tools and why I recommend ConvertKit. And so the cool thing about doing that, as opposed to just mattmcwilliams.com/ConvertKit, is they purchase other things. They get on there and they see ConvertKit and they buy that, but they also see that I have this recommended microphone and this recommended windscreen and this recommended pop filter and boom, boom, boom. And next thing you know, I made, $100 pretty quickly. So if you want to know how to set up a resources page, by the way, that's what it's not really a toolbox page. It's really a resources page. If you go to mattmcwilliams.com/resources page, you can download my ultimate guide to creating a resources page. And so that's a great example, by the way, of using Clubhouse, which we are on, or Facebook or YouTube, and sending them over to your email list. And so those are some of my reasons that I love Clubhouse, specifically for affiliate marketing, growing an affiliate program. We could probably go on and on all day, but I just think that it's such a unique platform. Again, the audio only aspect is really kind of one of my favorite things, because I'll pop on a Clubhouse at, like today, I'm going to pop on one at 3 with Jeffrey Shaw. He just messaged me and said, "Hey, can you join?" And I'm like, sure. I'm in between this Facebook Live and a meeting at 3:30. Sure. I'll probably be, answering emails or something, doing something mindless. And, but I can pop on and provide a good comment or two and serve somebody and then pop right off. Whereas like as a Facebook Live, it's kind of awkward if you just leave. Like if Robbie just left this, this live right now, it'd be kind of awkward. But if he had to pop off the Clubhouse, it's not, they literally have the button that says leave quietly, So quick question from Patty, and I'll answer it. If anybody else has any questions who's on Facebook or YouTube, pop them in the chat, and then we're going to stick around here on Clubhouse and answer any questions you guys have. We'll bring you up on stage. Patty asked, are you using a text app for your texting? And yes, I use Community, which is, I don't know of anything that's anywhere close to it. Community is absolutely amazing because, one, I have a real number, like I said, I mean, it's an actual number, 260-217-4619. It's not like the 5-digit thing. It's like, it feels more legit. It's an actual contact record in your phone. And I'm the one who goes in. I go into the app about 2 times a day and just check my messages and spend 5 minutes responding, each time. I can't respond to everyone, but I respond to probably 70% of them. And every now and again, I give, a long response if somebody asks me a question on there. So it's a great way to engage with people, Patty. I love it. Again, for those of you on Clubhouse, we're going to stick around for a few minutes to take some questions. For those of you joining us elsewhere, come on over to Clubhouse. Follow me. Just look for @MattMcWilliams on there. And Drew just asked the question that set up my next thing. Well done, Drew. Clearly we did not pay you enough money to do that because we paid you nothing. Because we didn't know. We didn't plan that. Do we still need an invite to join Clubhouse? Are there any available? Yes, there are today. So here's the deal. This is very simple. The first 5 people who text me, 260-217-4619, just text me the word invite or Clubhouse. This is not automated. I'm literally going to have to manually go in and say, you won't even get it right away. I'll be on Clubhouse for a little bit after this, and then I'm not going to be able to text you back for a few minutes. Sorry for the noise on the Clubhouse there, by the way. So text me, 260-217-4619. Just put the word Clubhouse or invite. The first 5 people, you're getting an invite to Clubhouse. As a reminder, and Sandra, you have to be on iOS right now. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that, because I'd love for it to be other devices because we could reach more people. Also, I'm an Apple fanboy, so I don't really care. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm totally an Apple fanboy. yeah, as of now, it's only on iOS. And then just a reminder, I co-host a weekly room with Kim Walsh Phillips, 5 p.m. on Wednesdays, all about growing your business, launches, growing your list, all that stuff. So go find us on there. It's 5 p.m. on Wednesdays. And then Robbie, if you can drop a link, we are releasing a podcast series right now, a 3-part podcast series. If you want to go listen to part 1, all about Clubhouse, we go into much more detail, and we had some awesome guests and some pretty pretty funny errors. Anyway, if you want to go listen to part 1, Robbie's going to drop that link in the chat. For those of you who are on Clubhouse, go to mattmcwilliams.com/TAG for the affiliate guy. That's the name of my podcast, TAG 407, mattmcwilliams.com/TAG 407. And listen to that. And then make sure to subscribe to the podcast so you can get all 3 episodes, because we got some good ones coming up. Again, first 5 people who are on Facebook or YouTube right now who text me at 260-217-4619, you're going to win an invite to Clubhouse. The last question I'll take on Facebook or YouTube before we wrap up, and then we'll jump over just to Clubhouse and take any questions for anybody who wants to jump on and ask. Sandra asks, can I get someone with an iPhone to reserve my name if no Android? As long as they don't plan on using Clubhouse for themselves, yes. Like, so if you have a friend who's on an iOS and they don't plan, like your grandmother, and she doesn't plan on getting on Clubhouse, yeah, I would do that. So great thought there, Sandra. Great idea. So awesome, everyone who's on YouTube and Facebook, get on Clubhouse. Like I said, follow me at Matt McWilliams. Check me out there. Check out the rooms we're doing, and I just think it's going to be amazing for you guys. So we will see you soon. We'll see you next week. Robbie, I have no idea what our Facebook Live's about next week, or what our live lessons about next week. Do you know?
Yeah, let me pull it up real quick.
Yeah, I did a terrible job of putting a note in front of me that says like what it's about. But we're gonna jump over to Clubhouse here and take some questions. But I'm telling you, whatever we're doing next week, are we sharing our favorite tools, aren't we?
Next week we actually do not have a Facebook Live because we are on a JV webinar next week.
Brilliant. With Chad Allen, you guys are going to love that. So I've got an podcast episode coming up with them soon. You guys are going to love that. So stay tuned for that. We're not doing a live on YouTube or Facebook, but we are doing an amazing webinar with Chad Allen, some training on how to get a book deal and among other things. It'll be pretty awesome. So with that, we'll wrap up and we'll see you guys soon. Stick around on Clubhouse. We're going to